story. Because, I windmilled on Tay-Tay a little bit. And now I'm going to come to her defense. That's how we do on this show. We go back and forth with some stuff. So, 'tis the season to unpack Spotify Wrapped, and it should come as no surprise, like we had with Beyoncé, that for a second year in a row, Taylor Swift has been named its most played artist. So, while the Swifties is all upset, and I don't understand why, that they girl is not, the greatest pop star of the 21st century. She is, this whole thing about Taylor Swift being the number one streaming artist, yes, it's well deserved because she definitely has a loyal fan base. And I like that when it comes to artists, that she has a loyal fan base and they stream the hell out of her music. And whenever she drops something, they go out and support it. So shout out to the Daily Mail for this story. So they said Taylor Swift was named Spotify's 2024 Global Top Artist for the second year in a row, while Beyoncé failed to crack any of the top 10 lists this year. The Karma hitmaker, who's 34, was named streamer. Isn't her birthday this month too? Yeah, I think she turns 35 this year. Excuse me. Anyway, the Karma hitmaker, who's 34, was named streaming queen by the music giant, earning more than 26.6 billion streams globally. Swift dominated this year's Spotify Wrapped, featuring heavily in all their top lists of most streamed artists, albums, and songs. Howsoever, I started saying howsoever. Neither Beyoncé, 43, her critically lauded album Cowboy Carter, nor her single Texas Hold'em feature anywhere in the top 10 list, showing a sharp decline in her streaming popularity. I wonder how she's streaming over there on Tidal, because we have somebody in the chat who is a Tidal user, and I'm like, do people still out here stream on Tidal? So I do wonder what that is, because a lot of times I think she still gets like Tidal exclusives before she goes anywhere else. But anyway, they said the news will be sure to enrage. Jesus, I can't talk. Let's start that over. The news will be sure to enrage her fierce fan base, the Beehive, as it comes just one day after Billboard crowned Beyoncé the greatest pop star of the 21st century, with Swift coming in second to her. Now, Taylor took up 3 spots on the most streamed albums globally list. Her latest album, The Tortured Poets Department, the anthology, released in April, took the top spot. Now, Taylor also took the sixth spot with her album 1989, which I told you I love that damn album, by the way. And that, out of all of her records, because I'm not a Swiftie, but because it's got a little synthy synth on it, and I love the pop music, and I love a synth, that's why I like that record. And the 8th spot was her album Lover, which was released in 2019. Now, Swift also dominated the U.S. most streamed artist list, taking the top spot, and took 2 spots on the most streamed artists in the U.S. list, including the first place. Spotify is also giving a special thank you to the Swifties by gifting Swift a first ever global top artist badge, which will be added to her Spotify profile. Her fans will also get some Easter eggs and unique surprises while listening to her songs on Spotify. Lastly, her fans will find special 2024 Rap Friendship bracelets on Snapchat. Now, on Tuesday, Billboard explained why the music publication chose Beyoncé as the greatest pop star of the 21st century over Taylor Swift, after sparking a massive controversy with the Swifties, saying that while Taylor Swift is the century's biggest pop star by the numbers, Beyoncé tops our staff-chosen editorial list based on her full 25 years of influence, impact, evolution, the publication shared in the statement. Now, writer Andrew Unterberger went on to say that the Love Story singer really challenged Beyoncé for the top spot on these rankings, and even has a clear statistical lead on Bey in many key categories. However, Taylor hasn't been around long enough. Thank you for saying this, because I literally said that in the last segment. She hasn't been around long enough to be able to match the expansiveness of her quarter century of dominance. Now, if you go by sheer numbers, Taylor would easily top the list, adding that even with her late start, she has more number 1 albums and as many number 1 singles this century as Beyoncé. And I feel like, what people need to realize is that Taylor Swift comes from a streaming, like she is someone who's very much has dominated streaming. She's found a way to be able to be the queen of streaming. Now, Beyoncé is old school. She comes from the era of CDs. And look, I'm not saying that Taylor Swift hasn't had her music in CD form. Because she ain't that old. She's 34. However, Beyonce is someone who is 43. It's like we're flipping over the numbers. It's 43 and comes from, you know, CDs and things of that nature. So she was, the queen of physical media and all the other stuff and has impacted people in other ways. Taylor Swift has a chokehold on a lot of people when it comes to the streaming and all that other stuff. So I feel like I agree with the list where it's like, yes, Taylor does deserve being Spotify Rap because she definitely is she has the people in the chokehold when it comes to y'all are loyalists, but not only when it comes to the streaming, but y'all buy a lot of her physical stuff as well. And also she's re-recorded a lot of her music, whereas Beyonce has not. She's re-recorded because of the whole thing with her and Scooter Braun and her old label. I think was what was the Big Machine before she went to Republic. So there was a lot of drama that was with her former label, and she was like, "Well, if y'all not going to give me what I'm owed or whatever," I think she was kind of like in a similar situation like Drake is filing with his legal stuff. I could be wrong on that, but I do feel like she was going through some drama with the label. She wanted her masters. And so she was like, well, if y'all gonna play in my face with some stuff, I'm gonna just re-record my music and make my coins that way. And y'all supported the Taylor's versions, which I'm sure also helped with her streaming dominance. So, yes, Taylor Swift is impactful in that way because she is a smart businesswoman. Beyonce is somebody who just drops. Remember, and back in the day when she would just drop music and then the visuals, and it was just that. It was a surprise dropping and stuff. She was the queen of doing that for a while. Now she just puts the music out, and it's just like, okay, whatever. Y'all stream it as you will. And I really do not believe that Beyonce is impactful in the way in regarding of streaming because she's not really out here promoting this stuff like Taylor is. Taylor is definitely on the ground, out in the field promoting the hell out of a lot of her stuff. And she's always releasing different versions of her records. So I'm sure that was also playing into why she was, she knew how to goop and game the system when it came to getting a lot of those streams because when she put out one version of the record, then she put out a super deluxe edition. That's more streams. When it was like y'all listening, like it was like what's his name, Chris Brown, like putting out 45 damn tracks on one album. Like she started doing that, and y'all paid for it. You streamed the hell out of it. You showed your support. So I love the fact that she has a loyal fan base. So yes, this is deserved. And Beyonce just to me just seems like what she rather she put her music out, y'all listen to it and stream it, or you don't. But one thing is for certain is that when she decides to come out with a stadium tour, she's going to definitely do what needs to be done in regards to that. People will automatically go out and buy a Beyonce ticket to a concert. So I don't feel like she, in her mind, is interested in trying to do all the work that goes into and play the game in regards of the streaming game, I guess I should say. Because, I mean, Cowboy Carter was impactful in a lot of ways, but I feel like in regards of streaming, I don't know if a lot of people were streaming that album. So, to finish up the article, they said it comes after Beyonce, who released her 8th studio album on March 29th, didn't receive any nominations at the CMA Awards. Now, her album, made in the country genre, offered the Beehive Fandom 27 tracks, which featured legendary artists such as Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson, and the album included catchy singles called like Texas Hold'em and Jolene and all that stuff. So when Taylor came out with the Torture Poets Department, they said all 31 tracks occupy the top 14 of the Billboard Hot 100 simultaneously for the first time in chart history on Spotify, where Taylor averages 91.6 million monthly listeners. The Torture Poets Department made history as the first album to accumulate 1 billion streams in a single week in just 5 days. Now, despite Swifties and the Beehive feuding, Beyonce and Taylor often publicly support each other, especially in the years following Kanye West's infamous stage takeover of the MTV VMAs. And I don't know why y'all want these girls to fight so damn bad. While, the men start the drama and y'all want the women to fight, but y'all don't take the men, for what they do. So now, because I don't want to sit up in here and start reading all of this stuff about Beyonce shutting down Kanye and and Taylor going to Beyonce's Renaissance premiere, which we're still waiting on. So let's get into the other people that made the list. So they said Canadian hitmaker The Weeknd was named the second most streamed artist of the year on Spotify's 2024 global list after Tay Tay. While Puerto Rican rapper and singer Bad Bunny took the third spot. I think they said that he's been the most streamed male artist in the past 5 years. So he definitely, Bad Bunny is saw him, even though I ain't particularly care for that last album he put out. He's still very much impactful on the globe. And rightfully so. He's one of the hardest working reggaeton artists in the industry. So they said, despite his feud with Kendrick, hip hop star Drake took the fourth spot. He was followed by Billie Eilish and Travis Scott in the fifth and sixth spots. Mexican superstar, who I also like, I would listen to him earlier, Peso Pluma, came in seventh on the global top 10 list, followed by Kanye West, Ariana Grande Frappuccino, and Colombian singer Fade in the last spot. Well, I like Fade. First of all, I worked his last concert that he had a couple of months ago. He loves the color green. And sidebar, I had no idea he was hunching Carol G. I'm like, she really got a thing for the male art, the reggaeton artist. Because remember when she was engaged to Anuel? That cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs having behind, and now she would Fade. But I like Fade though, and he was running around the stage. The way they had his stage looked really interesting because it was like in the center, similar to like what Billie Eilish did. Like it was just all floor. There was no seats. He had this big giant center stage, and he was just running around like it looked like what do you call it? Like one of those like a rat's maze. So he's running up and down the steps and all around, and then he had all these crazy jumbo screens, and it was a lot of lasers. It was like a really cool stage. But I didn't know he was big enough that he was selling out arenas, but apparently he is. So anyway, they said the second most streamed album was Eilish's "Hit Me Hard and Soft." Now, third on the list was "Short and Sweet" by Sabrina Carpenter. Excuse me, followed by "Mañana Será Bonito" by Carol G. Speaking of which, and "Eternal Sunshine" by Ariana Grande. Now, the seventh spot went to SOS by SZA. Fireworks and Rollerblades by Benson Boone came in at 9. First of all, I didn't even know Benson Boone put out an album. I thought that because I keep hearing that damn song that he always singing wherever he goes. So I was like, I wasn't even aware that he put out an album, but y'all told me in this thing. So they also said now Starboy for the Weekend took the last spot. I can't believe people still out here still streaming Starboy, but then again, that is a really good album. You want to know something? I will have to say this. I'm gonna have to sincerely give um him his props. The Weekend. I almost forgot his damn name. I was about to call him Abel, which is his actual government name. Um, I have to give the Weekend his props. I actually did like the Weekend Essentials where you could just listen to all of the music from him and they shuffle it and stuff. I would listen to I'm like, he had a lot of really good songs. I was like over the year, I maybe because I always thought he was just weird looking and I just wasn't getting the persona and everything. I just thought he was a little too weird for me. It's funny how we accept that more from female performers than we do male performers when they go outside the box and they're weird. But then we want our male artists to do that, and then we finally get one. I'm just like, but I didn't want you to be doing it. Maybe that's where my mind was. But I'm gonna have to call myself. I'm a Weekend fan. I like his music. So when he come out with his final album as The Weeknd, I definitely will be listening to it. So yeah, so in addition to The Weeknd taking the last spot, they said Carpenter's catchy hit "Espresso" was the most streamed song globally. Coming in a second was "Beautiful Things" by Benson Boone. Yeah, that damn song. I'm tired of hearing that. And while Eilish's "Birds of a Feather" took the third spot. The list continued with "Gosta Only" by Floyd Minor. Oh, I saw that. I just discovered him, Floyd Minor. And I actually like his stuff. And they said Chris MJ, Lose Control by Teddy Swims. And I like Teddy Swims. Teddy Swims reminds me of Jelly Roll. I can see why they both get them confused. They both got soulful voices and they big, but I like Teddy Swims. End of Beginning by, is it DJ-O or Joe? I never heard of them. Too Sweet by Hosier, who has been nominated for a couple of Grammys. One of the Girls, not and we're not talking about Troye Sivan, but it's One of the Girls, which is with Jenny Lily Rose Depp by The Weeknd. Sidebar, speaking of Lily Rose Depp, that's Johnny Depp's daughter, if y'all didn't know that. I'm actually looking forward to seeing her in the new Nosferatu movie. I heard she's really good in that. Swift's song Cruel Summer took the ninth spot. Now, last on the list was Die With a Smile by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga. Most viral song globally went to Die With a Smile by Mars and Lady Gaga. Also on the list was Lamar's Drake diss, Not Like Us, which took the 10th spot. Now, I'm trying to remember, is Drake suing Spotify? Because look, they put that song in there. You know that song get under his damn skin. So now they said Swift dominated the U.S. most streamed artist list, taking the number one place. She was followed by Drake, country crooner Zach Bryan, and Morgan Wallen. That racist. Kanye West. Speaking of racist or anti-Semite, Kanye West is the one I'm talking about. Future, Kendrick Lamar, Travis Scott, The Weeknd, and Metro Boomin. So yeah, there's your list. Oh, and then to finish this up, because there's like a lot of stuff what's going on with that, but I want to give y'all the whole thing. So the most streamed songs in the US were Carpenter's Espresso, Kendrick's Not Like Us, Shaboozie's A Bar song Tipsy, Post Malone's I Had Some Help featuring Morgan Wallen, Tommy Rickman's $1 Million Baby, Rone's as in Chapel Roan, Good Luck Babe, Benson Boone's Beautiful Things, Eilish's Birds of a Feather, Zach Bryan's I Remember Everything featuring Casey Musgrave, and Noah Kahan's Stick Season. Now, Swift also topped the most streamed albums in the U.S. list with The Torture Poets Department, The Anthology. Country star Waylon came in second place with One Thing at a Time. He was followed by Carpenter's Short and Sweet and Kahan's Stick Season. Rome came in fifth place with The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess, while Eilish's Hit Me Hard and Soft came sixth. SZA's SOS took the seventh spot. Dangerous, a double album by Waylon, came in at number 8, followed by Zach Bryan, and 1989, Taylor's Version by Swift. Now, I do have all the full list if you want to check it out on my website, Spotify's 2024 Rap Global Artist List, which is the most streamed artists globally, and all that good stuff. It's like, yeah, let me throw up Cowboy Carter too, because I want to show like I'm supporting both albums in regards to talking about this. And see, look at Beyonce and Tay Tay Beyonce and Tayonce, being like Ebony and Ivory, living in perfect harmony. Oh, excuse me. And there goes the 2024 rap list. Our full list. Shout out to Miss Sabrina, who is single. Because her man Barry Keoghan broke up. In case y'all didn't hear, I'm gonna throw that in the little. I just decided to throw it out there. Why am I so tongue tied today? I decided to throw it out there today, just so that way y'all know, and I don't have to do a whole story. And then we got Miss Drizzy, and then we got Peso Pluma, his little cute self, and then we got Miss Tay Tay. So there's your list, and there you have it. So I say all this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Like I said, while I don't agree with the Swifties that Beyonce, when they're mad at Beyonce for being named Billboard's greatest pop star of the 21st century over her. But as it was said in the article, the reason why she won that is because, yeah, you haven't been around long enough to even have that on your list. And while you do eat up the charts, and I'm the Spotify streaming charts, Tay, your impact is not on the same level as a Beyonce. Especially when Beyonce has way more years over you in regards of getting in the business and solidifying herself as the pop star that she now is. So she already had a couple of years head start on you, sis. So take your bearings where you can. And I know, like we said before, she's not that mad about it. So I don't understand why the Swifties got to be mad. So yes, it is well deserved that for the second year in a row, Tay wound up getting, Spotify Rap 2024. She the queen of that. So she the queen of the streamings. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments.